Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching. With a unanimous vote, County Council confirmed Marcus Jones as the County Chief of Police. County Executive Marc Elrich appointed Jones as Montgomery County Police Department Chief last month, and Council confirmed him this week. A 34-year veteran of the department, Jones has served as the county's acting chief for 5 months.
We place a high value on our officers reflecting our community. We recruit up and down the East Coast, as an example, at career fairs that attract minority candidates. We are working to increase our social media presence generally, and we have a Facebook feature aimed at attracting women candidates, as an example. However, we must also recognize that our larger difficulty is in attracting any recruits. In my mind, we are in a recruiting crisis.
The county police force has 1,300 sworn officers, and part of the new chief's mission would be to cultivate and grow a culture of trust with our communities, including those who are most vulnerable. Falling back an hour on our clocks means more hours of darkness during this season, and it also means an increase in collisions that involve drivers and pedestrians. In an effort to curb statistics, several county departments are combining their resources to launch one of the most aggressive campaigns in county history to make drivers, pedestrians, and bicyclists aware of the added perils that come with the time changes. There will be about 20 Be Safe, Be Seen events during this month. Statistics show that 26% of pedestrian deaths occur between 6 and 9 p.m. Part of the educational outreach campaign will supply bilingual English and Spanish flyers at several MCPS high schools and also at the following metro and transit stations. The county recently hired a chief innovation officer in order to change government culture and motivate the county's workforce to be more productive and generate results, incorporating innovative daily practices. As part of this new initiative, the first cohort of county employees took the 3-day intensive course on innovation, presented concrete ideas on how to improve their work performance, and recently graduated.
Well, it's the start of a process that we're doing in the county. We're actually training our workforce. We're upskilling them. We're giving them new tools to look at problems they encounter every day in work, or look at issues that residents have where we get complaints, and actually engage the workforce in fixing those problems. And with new skills and with training, people are coming up with innovative ideas, and a lot of this translates to money, which is important. So I think it's just an important change in county culture.
The county will continue offering this program to its workforce. Community members and leaders gather at the new Emery Grove Upcounty Early Childhood Learning Center to celebrate the ribbon-cutting ceremony, as well as to tour classrooms and witness pre-kindergarten learning in action.
The voices of 4-year-old students opened the celebration and ribbon-cutting ceremony at the new Upcounty Early Childhood Center in Gaithersburg. A partnership with MCPS, HHS, and the county government, the Emery Grove Center is part of the county's initiative to bring high-quality preschool services to families who may not have access to pre-K education. Officials spoke about the importance of this investment.
The more we can do from 0 to 5, the stronger our communities will be, the stronger our economic and social well-being will be.
We know the stats. Every dollar you put in early childhood, you get 7 or 8 back in return. And we are losing money by not investing in our young people. And so if you need the economic argument, there it is. But it's the right thing to do.
Guests toured the classrooms to see children engage with creative play and interactive learning.
They're getting exposure to your quintessential English language arts, learning to read, learning your alphabet, letter identification, sounds, and mathematical principles. So the great benefit of having this center, and as well as our sister center, the McDonald-Knowles Center down county, is having the opportunity to close that opportunity gap for students early on.
What we're doing is changing lives and changing the trajectory for these children, the families, and for the county, because it's going to benefit at the end of the day. It really does provide early care and education to children who need it most. It's an inclusive environment, so also special education, but it has a family involvement component to it, so that families can also come and learn particular ways that they can also help their children.
My son is communicating much better, learning more, learning how to spell his name, and making new friends because he didn't have many friends. And now he comes home and talks about all his friends.
I like to come play with my friends.
Fall has definitely arrived, and that means it's time to rake your leaves. It also means it's time for the annual leaf collection. It starts on November 11th. The Department of Transportation will schedule 2 pickups in neighborhoods within the collection district. Posted signs will indicate pickup dates to give you ample time to rake your leaves to the edge of the road. Here's a tip: do not rake your leaves into the street. For more information, go to the county's website or call 311. Once again, the county's Department of Transportation has hosted its annual Snow Summit. MCDOT gathered its employees and contractors to assess the county's readiness and snow removal operations for the 2019-2020 snow season. And this year, Montgomery County Executive Marc Elrich announced new initiatives to preserve environmental quality through improved salt management practices during snow removal operations.
This is something that we did get complaints about not infrequently last year, of either piles of salt or excess amounts of salt left on the ground with no sense of who is going to come clean it up. Well, this year we've got compliance regulations for the applicators, and the counties are going to make sure that the extra salt does get picked up and doesn't linger on the roads until it disappears.
Here's what will take place: more salt application compliance from contractors, all equipment calibrated and inspected by MCDOT, and inspection of all routes after a storm to remove excess salt. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/snow. Coming up on County Report this week, there are hundreds of activities to keep you active during the winter months. The Department of Recreation's Winter Guide is available and registration opens soon. And are you ready for the county's Thanksgiving Parade? It returns to downtown Silver Spring on Saturday, November 23rd. Those stories and more when we come back.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. This week on the county's Spanish language radio show, our guest was Barry Hudson, Director of the Office of Public Information. We talked about the different platforms the county uses to keep its residents informed and the importance of staying connected and engaging the county's 1.2 million population.
Communicating is very different. You know, people who have a house may communicate differently than those who live in an apartment or something to that effect. So the challenge—
That's an interesting perception.
Yeah, and they care about different things.
Exactly.
So with that in mind, our challenge is, and you know, we work closely on this, is try to make sure that we get messages out through the channels through which everyone communicates. One of the big things that we all do, it doesn't really matter where you live, our phones have become, you know, the way that everyone talks now. So we try to use as much on social media and email and video, because we believe that's a very good way to get to different age groups, different languages, different cultures, but it is a challenge.
To stay connected with the Office of Public Information, sign up for our newsletter visiting montgomerycountymd.gov. Follow us on Facebook at Montgomery County Government or on Twitter at MontgomeryCOMD. You can also watch this entire episode of Montgomery Al Dia on the county's YouTube channel. Executive Marc Elrich continues hosting a series of budget forums to seek input from residents about the fiscal year 2021 operating budget priorities. The next one will take place on Wednesday, November 13th at 7 p.m. at the Eastern Montgomery Regional Services Center. Another one has been added on December 9th at 1:30 p.m. at Leisure World. These forums allow residents to get information about the priorities taken into consideration while preparing the budget, and also allows them to give input directly to the county executive. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov. Two teams of professional and amateur chefs competed in the second annual No Waste, Big Taste, a rescued food cooking competition in Silver Spring. It was organized by Monarch Food Center. This was the final event of Montgomery County's second annual Community Food Rescue Week. My MC Media has more.
Once again, we have brought together some of our favorite chefs from local restaurants, and they are competing to see how they can use rescued food that would otherwise go to waste, turn it into yummy food, and not leave any waste behind. Chefs hold a really high spot. Well, a lot of us love the restaurant scene in Montgomery County, and so they're kind of good role models. And if they can teach people that it's possible to use every ingredient in tasty and even healthful ways, that's a really good boost to our efforts to feed more people by wasting less.
It's almost time for the 2019 Montgomery County Thanksgiving Parade. Save the day for Saturday, November 23rd from 10 a.m. to noon. As usual, the parade will take place in downtown Silver Spring, starting on Ellsworth Drive and ending at Silver Spring Avenue. The parade will be big, loud, and exciting, with marching bands and Latin dancing groups, floats, giant characters, and balloons, and over 120 units. The Montgomery County Thanksgiving Parade is the only Thanksgiving parade in the Metro DC area. This year on Veterans Plaza, the parade offers a place to take your family holiday photos. All parade selfies marked with the hashtag Moco Thanks Parade will be broadcast on the Jumbotron on Ellsworth and Fenton along the parade route. For more information, visit silverspringdowntown.com. As the weather gets colder, sometimes it can be a challenge to stay active. Well, we have no more excuses. Thanks to the county's Department of Recreation. It offers hundreds of activities to keep us moving during the winter months. You can find out about all these classes in the Winter Recreation Guide. Registration starts November 12th. There is so much to choose from. There are classes, special events, and sports for all ages. To get started, you must sign in at activemontgomery.org. Printed copies of the guide are available at the recreation and park facilities, government buildings, and libraries. You can also find the guide online at mocorec.com. And with that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember, you can find more information about Montgomery County at montgomerycountymd.gov or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.